I got tunnel vision. It's a bunch of ways I'm gonna get it. It's my way or the highway if you don't stay about our fucking business. These niggas don't even get it. We having our Passover no matter if they fucking with it. The graveyard ain't never full, watch me flush them out. Quitting wasn't never cool, fuck they talking about. If you can't suffer.
Let's get a people something they can hear as they veer to the left. But it's best that they hang with the right every day. Last night, took flight in the bucket. Fuck it, we busting down doors. Never trust hoes with the busted down toes. We cutting down bros, they fussing, eat crow. Cause fuck them, Eve, no, they part of the clientele. Everybody ain't built for this shit, they try and fail. Thinking if we shop on the Sabbath, they buy and sell, when really you might as well. It's a cold day in hell ×2. You're the seed of your father, nigga, not a part you. I'm a few scenes as in the anime, they cartoons. One body heart, pulled through the melanin. Refusal of the medicine is slaughtered to my brethren. Perpetual middle fingers pointed at your reverend. Until the day I died, it's my regiment. You worry about the Nephilim. I'm focused on my daughters in Michigan Flint. Barely can part with the rent, but still offer they 10%. 10%. Though the situation's grim, JoJo with the poses. The Lord is a man of war, his habitation, Goshen, this hell is the lowest. Hear our voices and see our choices. You're better off with the roaches. They fucking you with a Trojan. You call it a bed of roses, all sacrilegious and bogus. They voted. You thought you was the shit when really you's a toilet. This is sanity repeated. Ain't what a nigga seek it. We can see it once again to this European demon. Go to war in the pandemic. Freedom is San Quentin. Come a war. Makata's our soldiers to the last minute. But these thuggies and huggies quick at a split in a duchy. Commander General Johanna raises ruthless and ruddy. Hit the dirt, bottom of fringes in my boots is getting muddy. But the money ain't a thing unless my brother's good. That's brotherhood is understood. Laying out the underwood, nothing but aggression till our oppressor is underfoot. This is my confession, sharpen my weapon by studying the book. You ain't gotta go through academy to bite the bullet. Gangster and disciple music, like a Nazarite would do it. You can hide from war, but those that seek to save their life will lose it. Wonder why these white folks is ruling, cause we put them Edomites in charge. Cap locked to it, reestablish his contract with God.
I ain't got opinions, I just take orders. Too easy to be a coward, I can't change garments. Same story like Adam and Eve. Found out they was naked, try to sew up some leaves. I'm just trying to sow what I reap. If the blind lead the blind, then that hole gon' be deep. It's the work of the Lord, God roll up my sleeves. Went from digging up evil, nigga, and rolling up weed. I know what I see. My people destroyed y'all. Who gave you that white image? People destroyed y'all. Feel like Marvin Gaye. Tell me what's going on. Yesterday I seen this black man on the overdose. Same day DMX died, hell is cold. If you value what they teach, you'll never grow. Black man got more value than precious gold. Be careful what this world is, snatch your soul.
I got tunnel vision. It's a bunch of ways I'm gonna get it. It's my way or the highway if you don't stay about our fucking business. These niggas don't even get it. We having our Passover no matter if they fucking with it. The graveyard ain't never full, watch me flush them out. Quitting wasn't never cool, fuck they talking about. If you can't suffer with your brothers, we can't stall them out. Just hang their cover in the school if they dropping out, fuck them. If they ain't here, we don't care, we don't love them. If they was never one rush, you can't trust them. They get the guts to go against you, better crush them. It's like when the my men is bitch in the discussion. Niggas capping when they rapping, really lit as shit. They be acting, I ain't laughing, I be sick of it. When I grab a pen and get the right and hold a rubber grip, I'm holding fire just like Captain at the 55th. Damn. Hit the road, I be trucking. I ain't bragging about them roads, I be touching. Heard the chat about the bros and assumption. Seen them hoes, you be crushing. You's a bold motherfucker. If they ain't here, we don't love them. If there was never one rush, you can't trust them. They get the guts to go against you, better crush them.
Be rough.
Can't trust them. My shield busted, let it swing, never tuck. They taking shots, I send them back. Only difference, my shit is buckets. I leveled up, blow the trumpets. You a sucker. Keep dreaming, all that pillow talking. You do undercover. My brother, same year, same cover. Can't take the heat, then get the fuck up out the oven. And before I ever burn the bridge, I'ma burn rubber and lead a scene. Smoky during rush hour, Chris Tucker. I used to torch on everything, but I was younger. Fan pack, still blazing all summer. Nigga, fuck em. No cowards. Trooper mood, all black, same hunger. They surprised how I got it inside. Straight butter, nigga.
So when a brother or sister comes in here and then you leave here, you're not with me. We don't have anything else in common. There's no reason for me to be joined with you.
If they ain't here, we don't walk. If there was never one rush, you can't trust us. They get the guts to go against you, better crush them. I'm not here for all that fuss. They use a hoe in the discussion, nigga.
Yeah. Cold shit. I ain't come with goons, but I'm well connected. Walk in the room is pop, 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 like you got rejected. Let me see if you qualify or not. Spinning up in a tinted truck, riding around your block. Busy man. I get a word, he ain't this shit from top to bottom like a motherfucking ceiling fan. Hopping out the rental van, on my way to LAX. Brothers out in Cali and they killers out in every set. But I ain't crippin' on no blood. One West, all my niggas got it out the mud. Put your face on a t-shirt, memory of niggas acting tough in them songs, that's the drugs. I don't need no cases, all my pistols clean. So now I weigh my options, used to use the triple beam. Used to get the wop, mix it with the nicotine. Now I travel state to state and put on for my team.
The fuck wrong with them? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get them. I see niggas and they feelings, I don't feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with them. At the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody. Cut the grass for the snake, fuck the gossip. Front line with them soldiers, that's my posture. Gun drawn, trying to curse an imposter. Shit get out the pocket, go to war with everybody, yeah. Send that hate, make it to the featherweights. Niggas claim they hard, but they sweeter than a dedication. Hold on, think it's time to introduce. I'm a man and a beast and a step and a root. Hold on, and a G and a soldier and a mover. Hold on, and a killer and a prophet and a shooter, nigga. Trying to stay humble, my shit crazy. Cold leader, need the blue stripe, no brick, baby. Can't be serious, you a funny boy, young fly. Look wrong, must be a dummy, I ain't gunshot. Fuck that little bitch, she a hook. Nigga swear he the go, bring him to the bush. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. Niggas in their feelings, I don't feel them. Kid the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with him. Yeah, at the end, gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody.
I'm from Philly, it get hot, you catch a cold case. I'm one West, these brothers trying to set my soul straight. They done turned me to a prophet from a demon, and I'm locked in this shit and I ain't leaving. Never. Ski mask transform to war mode like I'm Voltron. Stamp on my head and my chest from the most high. Put something tight around your neck like a bow tie. Got my niggas waiting charged up like they phone died.
Red letter, drip clean, it looks so fly. Claim he riding, that's why I left his ass roadside. He gon' die, skyscraper to a nosedive. 9mm plus P, fuck a 4-5. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. I see niggas and they feelings, I don't feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with him. Be at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody.
Yo, Lot. These niggas stuck, man. Yeah.
I've been eating pot belly, greasy face, Glock heavy. See the safe talking shit, do not tell me. I don't wanna see the hate, all that shit do not help me. I'm just trying to plead my case to the most high. Pray I see the gates. I was about to Cancun, but we just got the house instead. Covered all of them payment and them, she got the bobblehead. Looking at me like them, and she said she about to gobble lead. Point the beam like a pencil, and then you gotta swallow lead. Point the beam like a pencil, and then you gotta swallow it. Pack my bag with essentials, I can't forget that hollow tip. Niggas losing they mental and Satan come demolish it. Niggas all on they mental and get the whining like a bitch. Just like iron, they rust. Niggas trying, they luck. Keep it real, everybody out here lying. Save us, steady raising dead. They was out here lying and dust. Niggas on my head, so the brotherhood is a must. Any hood, I be riding with my brothers that I trust. Know I'm good, cause they sliding with their fingers on the clutch. Money piling like I'm trying to make it stack in the rush. One west to the death, and that ain't even enough, cause I'm coming back. I ain't never done with that. Gonna hit and spread your lies. I'ma let you run with that. Wanting me to spread the thighs. I ain't having fun with that, nigga. Hell no. Then she wanna chop it up like a lumberjack. Got some exes popping up, trying to run it back. Want me come and hit the hole like a running back. If the Lord take a soul, ain't no coming back. On my soul couldn't fold like 100 racks. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, Lord nigga. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, Lord nigga.
The full Nicky on my waistline like a big nigga. No limit, I'm a tank, cold game, hit different. Refocus on who around, not concerned with who's missing. My boots bigger, never been a house shoe. She don't like it, but she love me. I can tell when she want me. Tell, then I sit the body bag like a onesie. I'm dropping every day, let my feel clumsy. Through the pain, but we'll find shit. Fuck, I know enough that I don't know shit. It's one thing I know this. Never bite the hand that feeds you. Never learn the whole shit. We don't want half of the world, man. We coming with this whole shit. The world, I know the pack bags. Like a road trip. With the lanes, I be living this some real pain every day. But you gon' soul, that's the real what, man. By power, I don't know what that feel like. Black on black toes to my head, can't kill
I'm
Christ.
down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, Lord nigga. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, Lord nigga.
Israel. Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We've been established teaching the truth since 1969. Sparky. Right. Thought it was on straight. In class. That's why. And from current. Sparky. But Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, we've been established and teaching since 1969. Community junior high. And this is the our history class. I'm gonna do something a bit different tonight. I'm gonna talk about the influence of the Qs or the LGBTQIA. I'm not sure what happened. I guess the Leviticus don't want me to teach class today because I'm sure going to be talking about them. So I'm not sure what that was all about. Little technical difficulties. See, can y'all see no stuff going up? There we go. All right, so yeah, not sure what that was all about. Um, Yeah, that was like really weird. Talking about internet connection, internet being working just fine. Soon I start talking about them. But anyway, so like I said, that was a mass shooting in Minneapolis. And I didn't get a chance to go into it too much, but now I got a little more information about him or her or him or them. We're going to be talking about who he was. This one uh, Caucasian reporter decided to actually be honest and actually tell the truth for once. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the influence of what they did to Snoop Dogg and about the trauma of one Mr. Billy Porter himself. And of course, I got videos to play, so we're gonna get right into it. Um, but first, I want to talk about the. Is anyone familiar with the most recent mass shooting that happened in Minneapolis? If you are familiar, just put a one in the chat. If you're not familiar, just put a two. If you could, Baba Kashaw. Baba Kashaw means please. And Salome, no call ID, Taylor Prince, Azaria, Azara. I hope I pronounced your name right. Salak if I didn't. Azara. I got you, Mississippi. So that's what we're gonna be discussing and going into. Salak. You talk about this jacket getting a little hot. So let me go ahead and pull up an article. There's a. Oh shucks. Let me get one more picture. Let me type in Elephant Man. This is funny. Uh, I can't find them, but that was pretty funny. I ain't gonna do that just yet. But let me get to this real quick. So, someone checking in, share screen. Let's see what we got. Let me y'all can see this. Oh shucks. There we go. All right, so this right here is well obviously you say a man, so what appears to be a man. So this right here is Robin Westman. It's the updated picture before the shooting. Now, you look at this devil right here. I want you to get a look like a carrot top, like a program to the person stay inside while it's come. Like any kid that's young that might wear a hoodie or got on skinny jeans or got on some Jordans or they got dreads, happy afro, all that. You've been trained and programmed to shy away from YNs. How come no one trains you or teach you to shy away from men who looks like him? Like men that looks like him are dangerous. They are, like I said, the real criminal. They are So, like, I'm not sure what's going on. The internet is starting to trip. Hey, put a one in the chat if you still here. I'm not sure what's going on. Hopefully, y'all still here. Let me try to check the phone. All right, Con. I'm not sure what's going on. My end it keeps saying the internet isn't working, but obviously it is. So I'll check that out. I hope we don't keep doing this during my class. I'm gonna have to rush it so that we don't lose this class. All right, Con. But what? All right, so yeah, here's the real criminal, and I'm gonna play uh a video real quick about this shooter.
Trans school shooter in Minneapolis. What? All right, we're learning.
So like I said, yes, y'all heard right. It said trans school shooter. No, not just white school shooter, not just Caucasian school shooter. There is no black school shooters. I mean, there's been one. You think of something very small, but YNs ain't scooting up shoes. They going to whoever they got a problem with, and they'll terrorize whoever they have a problem with. They usually avoid school. They might fight at the school. They might carry their tools at school, but they ain't doing no mass shooting. It's not a YN job. It's not the actions of a YN. All right. So let me get to it. Let me hit play.
Shocking new details about the trans school shooter in Minneapolis. What police found at the home and what the gunman's dad said happened shortly before the attack. Fox's Brooke Taylor has been digging into this story, and she joins us live from Minneapolis. Brooke.
Hi, Jason. Well, we're now learning from police that they have spoken with the shooter's mother after initially saying that they couldn't get into touch with her and that she hasn't been cooperating. It's not clear exactly what that conversation entailed, but I have learned that she decided to hire a criminal defense attorney. I spoke to that criminal defense attorney. I asked why his client hired him. He told me, quote, she is completely distraught about the situation and has no culpability. Now, police have not said whether any family members potentially face charges. A new search warrant, meanwhile, reveals the shooter, 23-year-old Robin Westman, left a car at the scene, which was registered to his father. That father told officials the shooter was with a romantic partner. They were living together, recently broke up, so he moved out of that home and was living with a friend. Police searched Westman's father's house.
Oh, he had a breakup. His boyfriend broke up with him. He couldn't take life no more. This right here. This right here is your school shooter. A trans woman. Now what about that face says there's a woman at all? There's something about that, the Rainbow Coalition, that I just can't quite understand the the need for them to say that they are something that they're not. I don't see the need for them to say that. Who in their right mind think that that's a woman? I mean, my God, look how manly that woman looks. Like they look straight up like a boy. They look straight up like XY chromosome, which it is. But delusional. Uh, that's very maybe they suffer from a mental illness. But this Robin fella, uh, right here, we're gonna get read into a little bit of the article. Because Robin had an issue with Trump. Robin Westman, as the apparent manifesto included, to the to harm Trump. You got to watch what you say there. That the AI target words and have the FBI coming to see you. But this is by Robin Westman's words. They wanna harm Commander in Chief. That's what they want to do, Mr. Westman. That's what his manifesto says. It says the deranged gunman who slaughtered 2 children and injured at least 17 others at a Catholic school in Minneapolis. FYI, primarily who goes to a Catholic school or Catholic church? Caucasians and Israelites. I'm not saying that Black people aren't Catholic, but primarily those are the primary 2 races of people that you would see or hear about inside of a Catholic school or a Catholic church. So we definitely got to get our Issacharites brothers and sisters up out of there. But Robin Westman, formerly Robert Westman, opened fire through a stained glass window of a church at Annunciation Catholic School, where he attended during a celebratory back-to-school mass filled with children around 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday. It says, just hours before that cowardly massacre, Westman, 23, posted a series of twisted videos on YouTube, which include a manifesto. Minneapolis police confirmed in the press conference. So, this filthy piece of garbage, which no one's going to talk about this, y'all. Here's what they're not going to talk about. They're not going to talk about white-on-white crime. It's always a tragic when there's a mass shooting, like in the violence, and you have to stop all the violence. And who's going to protect the children? Let's get these rifles off the streets. They never ever say this was a thug. They never ever say that this is a criminal. They never talk about white-on-white crime. But let a Black man, let a YN rob somebody. They don't talk about Black-on-Black crime. He's a criminal. He's a thug. He has no home training. To the point where, like, that Robin, he done this shooting, and the mother decides to hire an attorney, a defense attorney, off of what her son did. Turn Shim. This right here, we're gonna have to make them own up to this. This is a behavior, along with a race. Nobody ever talks about the crime of these people. Forget that if you're in the world, if you have a individual like a friend, so forget your individual your personal relationship that you might have with Caucasians. Forget that you might have a relative that's a Caucasian, like on your mom's side. Your mom or your grandmom and granddad on your mom's side. Forget that, and you got cousins. Forget your personal relationship. We want to talk about like the race of these people. And the race of these people has always been harmful towards us. The race of these people has always been harmful toward each other. They've been harmful towards the land. They've been harmful towards the animals, whether it be in the sea, on land, or in the air. This race of people is the most vicious, and they have unalived the most. No one compares to the amount of terror, to the amount of bloodshed spilled, other than the Caucasian race. Now, yes, like I said, you forget about your personal relationships. If you take it off that, they are the most vicious. As of right now, they have a war going on as we speak. So think to yourself, like, who is really the primary the evil of the earth? Who's the warmonger? Who benefits going to war? These are the questions you got to ask. But since we're talking about all the LGBTQ mass shooters, well, this trans woman is a mass shooter, and nobody's going to talk about it. Nobody's going to call the LGBTQ delegation and say, "Hey, are y'all going to pay for this for the families to grieve?" And why did he take his own life? Why did she or Shem, do away with themselves? Who's going to talk about this type of trauma that he's caused these other children? And should his mother have to pay for it? Like, we got to now have the conversation about what they're doing, because they're always trying to cancel someone about if they disagree with their behavior, or if their person's influence is not coinciding with their agenda. They're always trying to cancel. Well, maybe we should start canceling murderers that happen to be a part of their community. And if he's a part of their community, they would have to counsel that community. At some point, we have to say that, no, slacking, forget that at some point. Now, we got to start saying, like, you know what? You part of the LG, you might be a robber. You might try to robbing somebody. Like, and let me tell you something, like, and you have to arm yourselves. Let me tell you something. A name like David, a little David, that name doesn't scare me. A David, yes, that should scare you. You know what I'm saying? A little Robert, that shouldn't scare you. But a Robert Westman, you should think like, oh, hey, that sound like straight up mayonnaise. Ain't got no seasoning in that name. He ain't say a little Robert or nothing. He said a Robert. He called himself Bob for short. Oh no, that might be straight up mayonnaise, Caucasian. We should be on guard. We should be on watch. We should be on shamar. We should clutch for our purse. We should put our hands by our tool, by our defense. If you're legally up to obtain one, if you got a knife or whatever, a bat or whatever, like we should start profiling them. Like these are the ones you have to worry about. Just point out the last time on a YN to go do some major damage to a school like that or to a church. YNs is just so if someone's taught them, they just stealing cars. That's what they're doing. They're stealing cars. They are what else they doing? Outside stealing cars. Mostly little mild burglary, but mostly just stealing cars, and then they're having problems with other YNs, and that's what they're doing. And they'll terrorize the neighborhood. The things they're doing based on their nonsense. But that's what they do. Like these right here, you can't go to church around them, and you can't go to church. Your kids can't go to school because he wants to, for whatever the hell he believes in. Who knows what hell he believes in? But he's the type of filthy garbage that is not safe for anybody. And you're gonna have to always be on guard because he's part of the Leviticus. He's a part of that Rainbow Coalition, the Rainbow Mafia. And the Rainbow Mafia strikes again, but this time inside of a church doing mass. And no one's holding them accountable. But yet, let you disagree with them, they want to cancel you. Well, we should cancel them. We should say, you know what? We straight on y'all. No, y'all got mass shooters, and we don't want none of that. Cause, as I said, you make an Edomite mad, they killing any and everyone, especially in the alphabet community. Man, absolutely. Such as what he did. Now let me tell you something. This uh this Shim right here had an issue with the commander in chief. He didn't try to go over there doing around the commander in chief. He had an issue with his commander in chief based on the manifesto. Who knows? Maybe Trump put something in order and kicked him out of the military. But he's going to go to children, not to his local politician, not to the ones where like he could cause some damage. He went to children, and like they said in a reporter, they call him a coward. But there's a reporter I'm going to play it momentarily, and this reporter spoke the truth about what it is that what no one else really says. Like it's rare you hear reporters speak to this type of truth or be honest and open. It's mostly like they let our people have it. They let the YNs, they let them have it. They speak all what you think is wrong or right. Like they let us have it. Like they don't hold nothing back. They speak their mind. They point out things. They incriminate us as a whole. But this particular porter, oh man, he let this piece of garbage have it. He let this shim have it. The Leviticus. Let me see if I got a little bit more on this article before I get up off here. Let's see. I'm just playing. It says in his deranged writings, He gleefully fantasized about being that scary, horrible monster standing over those powerless kids and reverently confessed admiration for the 2012 Sandy Hook massacre. Now look at this. Now here's what they say though. Trans. Look at this nasty piece of that's this right here just says drag all day. A man wearing a dress. That's what this says. It says Westman applied to change his birth name from Robert to Robin in Dakota County in Minnesota. Minnesota. When it says county in Minneapolis, Salaki. When he was 17 years old, according to court documents. That name change was granted in January 2020. The petition added that Westman identifies as a female and wants her name to reflect that identification. But 5 years later, he seemed to have backed away from that identity. Yes. And they want us to be afraid of YNs, but this is the one with manifestos and rifles that want to go inside of churches and schools or whatever hell people be at in malls, etc. I'm gonna just read a little bit more on his manifesto and what he was saying, and based on his on posts and social media. He says, "I don't want to dress like," he says, "like I don't want to dress girly all the time, but I guess sometimes I really like it. I know I am not a woman, but I definitely don't feel like a man. Well, if you know you're not a woman, hence the word trans. I really like my outfit. I look pretty smart and modest. I think I want to wear something like this for my shooting. Good night." It says he also goes into great detail about his decision to target enunciations, where he graduated from grad school in 2017, according to a yearbook obtained by CNN. It says his mother, Grace Westman, also worked as a secretary at the school until retired in 2021. And this is part of his manifesto. It says, "I am feeling good about the enunciation. It seems like a good combo of easy attack, form, and devastating tragedy, and I want to do more research. I have concerns about finding a large enough group. I want to avoid parents, but pre and post school drop off." Another page reads, "Maybe I could attack an event at the on site church." He anonymously scribbled, "I think attacking a large group of kids coming from a recess is my best plan. Then, then from there, I can go inside and unalive, going as long as I can." Then right here, it says, it said at the, of course, this was the video that he had posted, but they got access to it. I don't have that. It says Westman flicks to a number of blank pages before reaching what appears to be drawing, showing the inside of a church, saying "ha ha, nice" as he stops turning the pages. Then he takes a knife and stabs it to the center of the sketch. His hands momentarily quivers before he withdraws the blade and quietly mumbles, "Unalive myself." And then he got some stuff mocking them. Where is your God? Blow on this. Let me try to zoom in. It says, "Screw everything you F everything you stand for." The big one. Oh, he done put the N word, this filthy piece of garbage. Well, back to you. They had to blur that out. Fear the big one. Fart. Okay, this Peckerwood right here. It met his demise already. Coward. But that's what he did. This one piece of garbage right here, and they don't think there's nothing wrong with him. They're happy that this child is so innocent and him dressing like a girl. But it ain't nothing wrong with that child. Let me tell y'all something. Let me zoom in. Let me make sure y'all see this good. They'll have you believe that he's innocent. They'll have you believe that this is such an innocent child. They can do no harm. They can do no wrong. This is the one you should be clutching for. These are the one you should be watching out for. Don't look anything towards. So this is this filthy piece of garbage. That's the little boy. That's the trans version. Uh, yeah, this is what they have you thinking that so innocent. No, that's your mass shooter. So for those who say they look, so here's one way to arm yourself. For anybody that's thinking that he looks innocent, if you think a Caucasian looks innocent, that's your mass shooter. That's your man that's gonna feast on human bodies. Like if you think they look innocent, that's your mass shooter. That should be one way to arm yourselves and to protect yourselves at all times against this particular race. If they look innocent, they're a mass shooter. And that's the best way to that's the best mindset you can have. Now let me play this audio.
Our system is reactive. Something bad happens, we react to it. And what people are crying for now is how can we prevent this? How can we stop it? And the only way to stop it is to identify the shooter ahead of time or keep the weapons out of their hands. And so we're going to have a conversation of freedom versus protecting children. I mean, how many school shootings does it take before we're going to have a conversation about keeping firearms out? It's always a young white male, almost always. I mean, did anyone this morning? Almost always young white male. Almost firearms out. It's always a young white male. Firearms out. It's always a young white male. Firearms out. It's always a young white male. Almost always.
Let me tell you something. This reporter said it's always a young white male. Almost always. And this is what I was talking about. There's a reporter that was actually honest. He was actually honest about these mass shootings. It's always a young white male. Notice they didn't say YNs doing these school shootings, these mass school shootings. It's always a young white male. So what should they be doing? They should be taking guns from way away from young white males. They should go out to find their daddies. And they should go find all the ones who like to hunt. They should go all to your suburban areas and find every young white male to ensure that school shootings stop. Maybe they should have a mass incarceration camp, all young white males, and see if they can slow down the school shootings. Let's arrest all young white males for about 5 years. See if they can slow down your school shooting. So that's something you can do. That's something we haven't tried. But the reporter was honest enough to talk about the crimes of his people. And that's important to show our people because we tend to think so highly of our oppressors. The mass shooter was part of the Leviticus, the Rainbow Coalition, the Rainbow Mafia, and they should be held accountable. They should be having to pay for this, especially since they always trying to cancel someone. And if you think they're innocent, they are the mass shooter. They are the ones who's going to always try to wiggle their way out of responsibility. They're going to find a way to offer some type of mental health. Say he was mentally deranged and had a chemical imbalance in his brain, all of the justifiable excuses and reasons, but they never want to talk about NYN's trauma. They never want to talk about like how his dad was taught to sell drugs and his mom was strung out on dope or she was a hooker and it was just him and his kid, him and his siblings. Her mama got, 8 baby daddies and 9 kids, and it's males in and out the house, and everyone's starving and stuff like that. They never want to talk about the upbringing of the YNs. But let this filthy piece of garbage, they'll talk about how sweet he was as a child, how he had, dreams of being a president or something. But no, this reporter was actually being truthful when we talk about these mass shootings, that it's always, almost always, young white males. I need that to be etched into your brains that mass school shootings are always young white males. Well, so what does that mean? Because a mass school shooter it does not have to happen at a school. These are just mass shootings. It happen at your local grocery store. Your local, it can happen in your church. It can happen at the movie. So we should now see any Caucasian male, if they look innocent or they fit the description of a Caucasian male, we need to have in our mindset that this is a school shooter suspect. Profile them back to protect yours. Never trust them. This is a potential school shooter. So that's how we got to look at everything. A potential school shooter, all young white males. All right. So I just want to make sure that I brought that out real quick before I move on to the next subject. Let me grab a scripture. What scripture did I want? Let's gonna go to Ecclesiastes 7 and 13. Let me get my scripture. Bear with me 1 second. Let's share this tab instead. Let's go to previous verse. It's 12. I'm gonna start off Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. Salakia. Well, I don't have to. I guess I could. Let me see. Let's make sure we straight. Come, we straight. It's a book, Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. You're going to need some wisdom in how you move around these young white males, these mass shooters, these MSs, these misses, these coats, Caucasians. I don't know. We're gonna find a nice lingo that rhymes really well for these young white males. But it's the main script I want to get into. This is the part you got to understand that, particularly speaking, when it comes to race, there's just one race that's been dominated in evil more than all other races. Let's not be the individual that talks about the crimes that the black race has done, or the crimes that the African race has done, or the crimes that Chinese race has done, or the crimes that the Latino race has done. We're talking about all races of people have done crimes, right? We're talking about the race that done the most. And biblically speaking, when it comes to the Caucasian family, the Americans, the Germans, the French, the Spaniards, the Slovenians, and the Russians, and the Ashkenazi, and the Greeks, and the Australians, all of them comes from the same, which would be Esau, Edom, and all of them fall under the umbrella of Caucasian. We're giving ourselves a disclaimer that we're not African. But let's just say they try to group us in with Africans. No one compares to the crime and the tyranny and the terror and the oppression that's caused by the Caucasian race. That's just it's human records that talks about it. So the Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 13. Consider the work of God, for who can make that straight, which he have made crooked? Ask the question like, how can you make straight or something he made crooked? Our oppressor, the Caucasian race, the Rainbow Coalition, they are made crooked. That Robin Westman is a crooked LGBTQIA plus member. He is a crooked man, and he cannot be made straight. Yes, I know you got friends and families and loved ones and coworkers and peers and colleagues and doonies and bros and all this other stuff about the Caucasian race. They cannot be made straight. Their race is crooked. Their race is evil. Their kinsmen are evil. But let me tell you something, because the one that you would vouch for, they belong to the same race as Trump, who y'all will say is evil, or everyone else is an idiot, and he can't be kind of, he ain't gonna like not kind of be. Trump is he is evil. I give you another one. Hillary Clinton and called IYN super predators, but she forgot about the Robins, who look at who they're predatorizing. They all come from that race. There's the white Americans, there's the black Americans. Look at it. Let's just go just short history. Let's go over here in America, just since 1616 or something like that, 1400s. Let's do Americans. You got white Americans, you got black Americans, and you got brown Americans, right? Let's divide up amongst the three. No one has done more damage than the white Americans. They're just crooked as a race, and you cannot spare them, and you cannot save them. All right, so I just want to make sure I brought that out. I'm about to play my next video. I'll take my. Now, speaking about the Leviticus, they're trying to cancel this, brother, and we're gonna find out why.
What was the movie with Buzz Light?
I think it's
Yeah,
called
with
Lightyear.
Kiki. And like, and she had a baby with a woman. Oh, I didn't come in for this. They putting it everywhere. What up, though? It's your boy Big Snoop.
So for those y'all don't know, Snoop Dogg took his grandson to the movies, and they watched the Disney flick. And inside of the scene, it showed two women, and now they had a baby. And the grandson asked them about, hey, how did that happen? How did this happen? Snoop, being as weak as he could be, not utilizing common sense, not standing firm, not standing 10 toes down, decided to shy away from his grandchild and not answer it. Now, granted, we don't want this to be put inside our children's faces. We do not want to have to explain something to our children that young about this. But he should have just kept it honest with them. He should have used science, which none of them LGBTQ Rainbow Coalition members can ever explain or wiggle the way out of. Science says that man and woman procreates and they have a baby. It's never going to be man and man or woman and woman. You have to have seed. You have to have sperm that cracks that egg. And that's what Snoop should have said. Women and women cannot procreate on their own. They have to have the assistance of a man, meaning that they have to have sperm, period. He should have used common sense, but he went weak and tried to shy away from it. We're going to need strong men that cannot be bounded up. You cannot bind up a strong man. We have to have men that say, you know what, LGBTQ, y'all already got mass shooters, and now y'all want to make our children to become y'all members. We're not going to allow that. We don't want to see no LGBTQ nothing. We're not taking our kids to go watch it. We don't want to watch none of y'all films. We're not going to support you. We're going to have to cancel them because they are mass shooters. And then now you're trying to take our babies from us. Now y'all lying, trying to deceive our babies about common sense. Here's a flip note to that. Every Leviticus member got here and they had a mother and father. Not one of them ever got here because two men got together and somehow had a baby, or two women got together without the assistance of a man, as in sperm, had a baby. Not one. But they would push this nonsense to our kids. All of them had a mother and father, whether their father's present in life or not. We're gonna play a little bit more on the video.
Snoop catching some heat for comments he made about LGBTQ representation on the It's Giving podcast. The rapper explaining his shock at seeing lesbian parents depicted on screen. The scene from the 2022 film marked Disney's first same-sex kiss.
Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie, like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh, I didn't come in for this. Just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey, man, watch the movie. So it's like, I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of I don't have an answer for it.
The moment was almost axed from the...
No, Snoop, you do have an answer. Women and women cannot procreate. Men and women can. It's basic science. It's that simple. But he's the weak man.
Yeah. Theatrical cut, but Pixar employees protested and got it reinstated.
It threw me for a loop. These are kids that we have to show that at this age, like
that part.
They're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
They are going to ask. I don't have the answer.
What'd you tell them?
Watch the movie. Eat this popcorn.
Shh. Snoop's hot take sparked criticism in the comments. One user saying, "It isn't that hard to explain. Science." Another chiming in with, "Being afraid of gay parents in movies is crazy." In this reply, he was probably smoking weed while watching the movie.
Yeah, a junkie. That's what the hell he is. A damn junkie. But that's something we're gonna have to do. That's something we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to come on, let's see. Kalajah says, why do they want to see same-sex couples so bad? That's just it. The Leviticus, the LGBTQIA plus, they are mass shooters and they want to take your children. They are the new devil. That's the new devil. We already got the same. You already know that the devil's the Bible. The Caucasian race is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Sure, fair enough. There also is another devil. That devil with that flag. And the devil with that flag wants to fool the masses. They all devils. I like to say new devil just to have a small separation. The new devil. And that movie came out a little while ago. He's just now talking about it. But that's the same thing. Like, that's something that the LGBTQ wants to do. And if you disagree with them, they want to cancel you. Well, they're about half of us. I'm not sure what's the record shows about how many members that they actually have, but we can put a hurting on a penny. We can say that if you are part of that community, we're just not going to support you at all. We're not going to watch none of your dealings. We don't want to watch this. Like us as men and parents and women and just heterosexuals, male and females, can say that, hey, listen, Disney and Pixar and DreamWorks and all y'all, if y'all put one more anything that's a part of that community, we're going to boycott you and we're going to pull away from anything that supports you. We're going to stop buying your movies. We're going to stop watching your shows. And we're only going to watch the heterosexual shows. We're only going to deal with them. We do not want to see any more of your filth. As a matter of fact, as of now, who a part of you is a part of LGBTQ? Let them show their hands, and we should cancel them. Wherever it is they go, whatever it is that they promote, we should cancel them. Because one, they're trying to take our children. Two, they are the mass shooters. We're not gonna let them get away from them being mass shooters. And we don't support mass shooters. We don't support criminals. We don't support thugs. We're not supporting people who indulge in the type of lifestyle or behavior. So we're gonna have to boycott them. But speaking of boycott, there's this one member of this whole charade I'm gonna bring out Billy Porter. I don't know if y'all know who he is. Uh, Billy Porter won an Emmy, I think. Uh, this piece of garbage right here. Billy Porter decided to chime in. Let me see how y'all see it. Okay, it looks all right. Billy Porter decided to chime in and talk about Snoop. It says, "Don't worry about the gays. Worry about explaining your criminal past and cooning for Trump to your grandson." Let me tell you something, Billy. What we see inside of you, Mr. Billy Porter, is a hurt child. And I'm about to show y'all who Billy Porter is. Billy Porter is a hurt child. This is Billy Porter right here, y'all. Oh, shucks. This is Billy Porter. Oh, dang it. This right here got a chandelier. What the hell is that? That's a Billy Porter. That's who that's Leviticus right here. Telling Snoop not to worry about the J's. And that's a direct quote from him. Well, not my words, but that's him. And he's telling Snoop not to worry about it, just talk about his criminal record and him cooning for Trump. Well, let me tell you something. To Mr. Porter. Mr. Porter needs some counseling. Mr. Porter needs to deal with that child trauma, whether it was an uncle or an auntie or a cousin or some older kid, some young adult, whatever happened to him as a child. It could have been a sister or a brother or a mama or a daddy, whoever, grandparents, whoever harmed this young man as a child that brought about this behavior has to be dealt with. Like, this is the evil, this is the symptom of the evil that's been done to him. He has some terrible child trauma that brings this about. And we got to boycott this. We got to say, no, we cannot allow our children to be touched and for them to walk around as if nothing happened. We cannot allow this type of behavior to proliferate amongst our community anymore. We have to say that, or have to actually putting things into place to show them that the heterosexuals, as in the straight, has some power still. We don't have to support them. We don't have to support their lifestyle. We can actually separate ourselves from that type of behavior. The same way, if you don't hang around a PDFer or an ex offender, you don't have to be around them. The same way you don't have to be around the known unaliver or the one who's always has narcotics on them to sell. Stuff like that. The same way if you can avoid any type of crime that a person does, you can avoid this type of behavior. We don't have to support it. We don't have to watch it. And we could just say like, hey, we no longer support this type of lifestyle, this type of behavior. Because this right here in child trauma can cause mass shootings. Now, granted, it's going to be the young white males to do it, but this right here is a no. So, let me get it off screen. I done enough. I already shared this one. Let's go back to sharing this one. So, this right here is what we're going to have to go against and fight. Like, this is something that we should not accept. This is something we're going to have to ban at our leisure. Not at our leisure, but ban every chance we get. This is your Billy Porters of the world. All right. Let's see if there's any more on this. Go back.
We agree to disagree a lot, and it ain't always on the same page.
The 53-year-old, who's set to return to The Voice in September, has 3 grown children with his wife of nearly 30 years, Shantae, 1 son from another relationship, and 10 grandchildren.
Wait, what do the babies call you?
Papa Snoop. The part I love is that they all start off the same way. Like, they start off crying and kind of like distant from me. I got to earn their trust and their love.
will they all become a part of the business, the empire?
We're in the business of love and showing how to be parents, grandparents, and not that we perfect.
Enough of that. Enough of that. In the business of love and showing love, whatever. The LGBTQ has mass shooters, y'all. They're not just the ones who want to take our children, to make our children be sterile, or make our children to like different lifestyle that goes against God, the Most High. They are mass shooters. They are the wicked of the earth. They are the ones who goes against the natural way of life. So with the LGBTQ, they either have you looking like a Billy Porter or like a Robin Westman. I mean, it's like this, and all of it's no good. I'm gonna show you real quick. I'm gonna go back and forth real quick. Hold up, let me pull this back up. Uh, let me tell you something. The LGBTQ would have you like a Robin Westman being a mass shooter or a Billy Porter. Now, all of this is poison and none of it's good. We don't, us in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, we say no to poison of all sorts. We say no to poison of all sorts. We say no to all of it. So we ain't choosing none of it. All right. So with that, I'm preaching also the Rocky of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. That's been my time. I have a little bit more evidence for y'all next week and a little bit more artifacts. All right. Shalom.